They found him tied to a stone altar. No ID, no name, no blood, every rib crushed inward. Like something imploded him from the inside. His mouth stitched shut, fingernails shattered, and inside his chest, an object, smooth, black, warm, alive. You're about to find out who he was. But first, a darker question. What if that body was you? What if you were born in every era humanity has ever lived through, and died in each one? You'll only understand the forest death if you make it to the end, because that thing in his chest isn't a monster. It's a souvenir that survived history, and by the end, you'll realize it was inside you the whole time. Era 1, the Stone Age. You're barefoot, mud on your skin, cold rock under your spine. No medicine, no clean water, no small problems. A cut is a countdown. Dirty water is a gamble. And it's not just nature. Prehistoric skeletons show cracked skulls and arrow wounds. Some people didn't die from animals, they died from other humans. But tonight, it's an animal. You hear breathing behind you, heavy, slow, close. Early humans weren't the top predator. We were prey, lions, hyenas, leopards, crocodiles. Fossils even show human bones dragged into dens, chewed down to the ribs. A saber-toothed cat steps into moonlight. Fangs longer than your forearm. It hits you like a falling boulder. Jaw crushed. Air gone. The last thing you feel isn't pain. It's your own bones cracking like dry wood. And beside your body, a spiral scratched into stone. A loop. Era 2. The ancient world. Cities rise. So does rot. Waste in the streets. Water pulled from the same river that carries sewage. You survive childhood. Already lucky. In many communities, a third don't. The river keeps you alive and then eats you from the inside. Parasites are normal. Worm eggs show up in mummies. Then the real terror arrives. Plague. People burn incense to clean the air while bodies stack too fast to bury. Nobody understands infection. They pray. They panic. They pack closer together. So it spreads faster. You wake up burning. By night, breathing hurts. Your family steps back. Not cruelty, fear. Because comfort spreads it. And under your ribs, something feels closer. Not pain, a presence. Era 3, ancient Egypt. You're a builder at 14, hauling limestone under a sun that feels like fire. Then the pharaoh dies, and you're chosen to follow. Not in spirit, in body, oil lamps, whispered prayers, you're guided into the tomb like cargo, offerings placed beside you like a checklist. Then the stone door moves. That scraping sound is the world turning away. Air thins. The lamp dies first. Then your hope. You scratch until nails split. You don't die screaming. You die saving your last breath. Like money. Era 4. Ancient Rome. You're a gladiator. Crowd favorite. One more fight and you're free. They lied. A starved bear enters. Half blind. Bleeding from one eye. The crowd doesn't want skill. They want a moment. Sand absorbs blood fast. That's why it's there. And when you fall, you don't hear panic. You hear a judge's sound. Thousands of people deciding, together, that you should not get up again. The bear closes the distance like a collapsing wall. Freedom was never the prize. You were. Era 5. Medieval Europe. Medieval life isn't castles. It's smoke and hunger. One bad harvest can erase a village. Then the Black Death arrives and turns towns into silence. And even when plague misses you, bread can kill you. Moldy rye causes St. Anthony's fire. People thought it was demons. It was poison. Limbs blacken, fingers rot. You cough, fever, shaking. Then comes the whisper. You picked herbs at dusk. You talk to crows. You're a witch. They tie you to a stake. A priest reads your sins. Fire blooms. Smoke hits first, stealing sight. Then heat steals air. You don't burn because you're guilty. You burn because your neighbor was scared. Era 6. The age of exploration. You're promised gold, glory, a new world. Instead, rot. Scurvy makes gums bleed, teeth loosen, old scars split open like your body is trying to fall apart. Ships lose men to sickness more than storms. Then the storm hits anyway. Waves taller than churches, lightning splits the mast. You go overboard into black water. No rescue, no hero moment. The ocean doesn't kill you like a monster. It kills you like an empty room. And while you sink, you remember the other horror of this era. Old world diseases slam into the Americas. In many regions, entire communities vanish, up to 90% gone within generations. As the water fills your lungs, you see something impossible below. A stone altar. Remember the man in the forest? The altar, the crushed ribs, the black object. You'll understand who he became. Only after 2 more deaths. And the next time you hear the forest, you'll recognize the sound. Era 7, the 17th century. Ideas are enlightened. Bodies are not. Smallpox is everywhere. It kills peasants and kings. Power doesn't protect skin. Fever like fire. Then the pox. Hundreds of them. Each one a tiny mouth of pain. Some survive scarred. Some blinded. Many don't. Doctors bring leeches. Priests bring prayers. Some whisper about a new trick. Inoculation. Then a real vaccine. Imagine knowing salvation exists and not reaching it in time. Your face survives. You don't. Era 8. The Industrial Revolution. Smoke replaces sky. Factories replace daylight. Children replace machines, until machines replace children. You're 11 in a textile mill. 14-hour shifts. A foreman doesn't look at you. He looks at the clock. Your sleeve catches a gear, then your wrist, then your arm, then your ribs. The machine doesn't stop. Progress keeps moving. Over you. They don't hold a funeral inside the factory. They mop. They reopen. And by lunch, someone else is standing where you were. Right before each death, the black object feels closer. Like it's learning your endings. Like it's counting them. And the forest? The forest isn't where you end. It's where you were built. Era 9. The 1800s. The 1800s look polite in paintings. In reality, whole regions are erased. A rebellion ignites. Armies move like locusts. Some villages disappear so completely that maps keep their names. But nobody lives there anymore. You're not a general. You're a villager in the wrong week. Food taken, homes burned. Then fever sweeps the camp. No funeral, no marker, just missing. Era 10, the early 1900s. History drafts you, artillery, gas, machine guns. You survive the trenches. Then 1918. A flu so violent people call it drowning on dry land. You wake up fine. By evening, your lips are blue. You don't lose a battle. You lose air. Era 11, the mid-1900s. Hiroshima, morning, birds, then light. Absence. Heat before sound. Walls melt. People become shadows. You reach back, and the world has already removed you. Era 12, the modern era. Quiet killers. Now death gets subtle. Not claws, not plague carts. A chair, a screen, a life of stillness, heart disease, cancer. Cars turn seconds into funerals. Addiction turns nights into last nights. And every once in a while, a new virus reminds the world it never stopped hunting. But you don't die in a crash. You die sitting down. Your phone keeps playing, your body doesn't. Era 13, the future. Your body is optional now. You're uploaded, stored, backed up. No hunger, no pain. Then a glitch. A corrupted file. You're not killed, you're deleted. And that's the cruelest part. You don't even get a last thought. Final era. Return to the forest. The loop closes. You're not watching anymore. You're there. Trees like walls. Cold air. A stone altar older than language. Your chest is opened. Your ribs collapse inward like a trap snapping shut. You try to scream, but the sound isn't just yours. It's every version of you from every era overlapping. Memory floods in like a verdict. You carved the spiral because you saw it first. You built the altar because you woke up on it. You created the loop because the loop already existed. Now you understand what the black object is. It's not a heart. It's the timeline. This isn't your final death. This is the machine that produces the others. And just when you think you've escaped, you open your eyes. Back in the Stone Age. So if someone ever tells you people were tougher back then, ask them which death they'd like to try first. And if you want a part 2 with even worse eras, you already know where to meet me. In the forest.